Is the Cooler Master Mk750 any good? Let's have a look at it. What's going on, guys? My name is Kyle and welcome back to the game department. Today we are having a look at this bad boy. This is the Cooler Master Masterkeys Mk750 full mechanical keyboard. We've had this keyboard for a while, so I thought it was definitely time we should make a video about it and just discuss some features. For those of you that are looking for a new keyboard, this could be a really good option. So I want to run you through some good things and some bad things, and you can make your own decision. But let's just have a look at the keyboard. So as you can see from the top, it is a standard 104 keyboard layout, numpad on the right, and you can see on the top right hand side here, you have dedicated multimedia keys. I find these are really helpful for stopping and starting your music, changing your song, especially if you don't want to have to get out of whatever you're doing at the time. Makes it really helpful. I use this a lot when we're streaming. It saves me having to get out of the game and slow things down a little bit, which if you haven't checked out the stream, is twitch.tv/the game department. Check it out. We're just gonna move this wrist rest out of the way, have a look at the underside. We'll get back to the wrist rest later. Now looking at the underside of the keyboard here, you can see that there are channels in both left, right, and center positions, so you can manage your cabling, and your USB Type-C cable plugs right into there, but I'll get back to that in 1 second. Looking at the feet on the keyboard, you do have two adjustable feet on the left and right hand sides. The only issue I have with this keyboard is you can't change the heights. I know some people don't even bother putting the feet up. I know some people like it specific ways. I myself like to have the option of having it all the way up or right at that midway position. I know it's a personal preference thing, and if that's the only thing I'm going to complain about this keyboard, then I'm pretty sure we're okay. Now, one of the good things that Cooler Master has thought of with this keyboard is it comes with a detachable keyboard cable. It comes from a Type A to a Type C cable. It is 1.8 meters in length, and it's a nice braided cable. It's nothing cheap and like it's gonna break at any moment, which is obviously a nice addition to have to your keyboard. That is one thing that I absolutely love about this whole setup, is having that removable cable. I use a Black Widow Elite in my day-to-day use, and it doesn't have a removable cable. If anything ever goes wrong with that cable, I'm in a world of hurt. Whereas this one, if something happens to this cable, it breaks, it rips, it gets damaged in any way, shape, or form, you can replace the cable and your keyboard is still perfectly fine. That's something that I'm really happy with, if you couldn't tell. Now looking at the case of the keyboard itself, it comes in a plastic case with an anodized aluminium top surface. Overall, it gives it a really nice minimalistic look, but it doesn't look cheap, if that makes sense. Obviously it's a plastic case, but it gives you a really nice sort of elegant finish without it being too over the top. Now the switches that come in this keyboard are Cherry MX switches. You can get them in different variations of blue, red, and brown. We have the brown switch variation, just so it stays nice and quiet and it doesn't interrupt the stream in any way. Now with this keyboard, you do get a wrist rest. I really do quite like the design of this wrist rest. It's nothing crazy. It's not gonna revolutionize the way that we use keyboards, but it is nice and light. It is magnetic, so it snaps to the front of the keyboard and won't shuffle around if that's the position you like to have your wrist rest in, but it's also quite a bit stiffer than what I'm used to. In the Black Widow Elite, you get a nice sort of soft memory foam-ish style wrist rest. This one is actually a hell of a lot firmer than we thought it was going to be, but I found that it's really comfortable, and I really didn't find myself craving a soft wrist rest over this harder style. Now because Cooler Master are using a standard layout on the keys, it does allow you to use other third-party keycap sets. One of my biggest issues with my current keyboard with Razer is it has a very dedicated bottom row, which is unique to Razer's keyboards. So I can't just go out and buy a pudding keycap set and chuck it straight on my Razer keyboard, because the bottom row is different, which is very freaking annoying. But thankfully with Cooler Master, you can jump online, go to Amazon, go to certain manufacturers, you can get keycap sets, and they'll go straight on top of this keyboard. Now I know, let's move on to RGB. Now as I said before, I really like Razer products. I like the way the software works. I like the way it all sort of fits and it's really easy to use. Cooler Master used to have some software that was pretty clunky. I wasn't really a fan, and I didn't really enjoy the experience of having to assign RGB to specific devices. However, they have recently got some software that streamlines that process completely. With this keyboard, you can assign specific RGB to each individual key, and you can customize different lighting settings. It's super easy, it's really intuitive, and you don't have to worry about fighting the software anymore, which is amazing. All in all, I think this keyboard is a great addition to our collection. We do use it exclusively on one of our gaming PCs. It definitely gets put through the paces, and we have never ever had even having the slightest of issues with it. At the time of recording this video, you can pick one of these up for about 199 Australian dollars or about 159 US dollars, depending on how good your bargaining skills are. I will leave an Amazon affiliate link in the description below if you want to check it out. You're very welcome to. And I would love to know what you think of the keyboard. Do you like it? Do you have one? Do you want one? Let me know your thoughts. Also, if you like this video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe. We post videos every week. Be a part of it. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we do stream 3 days a week on Twitch. It is twitch.tv/The Game Department. If you want to come and check it out, you definitely should. You may even enjoy yourself. If Discord is more your vibe, we have a great server of people. We talk about memes. We talk about games. We continually make fun of me. If you want a piece of that action, come and join the Discord. If you want to join us on any other social media like Instagram, Twitter, it's exactly the same as YouTube, The Game Department. You will pretty much find us everywhere. Come and join the community. Other than that, I'm going to leave you to it. I hope you have a good morning. I hope you had a good night. Bye!